Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from CNBC. I'm also going to be linking, besides the CNBC one, this BBC News article in the description, because I want to show you, how do I put this? The narrative that's being pushed, okay, from both sides of the Atlantic on the whole Jeffrey Epstein case is hilarious. I mean, both articles are almost verbatim copies of each other. The only difference between them is if you think back to like when you were in school, either you or someone you know would take someone else's work, like say a report or a paper, and they would take it and change enough of it around so that they could call it their own and not get nailed for plagiarism. That's basically what happened here with the BBC article and the CNBC article, which the CNBC article came from, it looks like, Reuters. But it was published on December 27th, and, you know, this one was published basically the same thing on December 27th as well. But yeah, you have a situation here where they're basically pushing the same exact bullshit narrative, and it's kind of, like, interesting to look at it, because you would think that there would be, you know, a bit of a difference here going on in reporting, you know, different perspective, whatever else. No, it's almost like I said, almost verbatim copies of each other. I mean, of course, like I said, there's the changes so you don't get nailed for plagiarism, but that's about it. Anyway, let's get into the article here. Jeffrey Epstein friend and alleged Madam Ghislaine Maxwell under FBI investigation. The key points here. The FBI is investigating British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell and several other people linked to U.S. financier Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, which I love how in the key points, they leave out the fact that she's his ex. Excuse me for the cough, by the way. And they leave out the fact that she was the madam that ran like his pimping operation. Okay, she was the one that hooked him up with people like Clinton. You know, they don't put that up at the key points because that would be key points. You know, but let's leave those really key points out because we got to paint a narrative. They said a principal focus of the FBI's investigation is Maxwell, a longtime associate of Epstein, and other people who facilitated Epstein's allegedly illegal behavior. I love this. You know, his kid diddling ring where, you know, he was using the perversions of powerful people to blackmail them. Why allegedly? Let's say that if you're going to say anything allegedly. You know, the alleged kid diddler who used the predilections of other kid diddlers to blackmail. You know, to me, that makes more sense. Maxwell has not been accused of criminal wrongdoing. What the hell are they talking about? She's been accused of being the freaking madam. She's been accused of criminal activity. She's been accused of trafficking fucking children by victims. Holy shit. I love this. And this is kind of how, you know, the BBC's portraying it, because like I said, it's almost a verbatim copy. It's been changed just enough so that you don't have plagiarism. Excuse the heat in the background, if you can hear it. Anyway, the FBI is investigating British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell and several other people linked to U.S. financier Jeffrey Epstein, who killed himself while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges, according to two law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation. I'm sorry, but you know what? No one believes that Epstein fucking killed himself. No one believes it. You've got people on both sides of the false left-right paradigm going, bullshit. Bullshit, he killed himself. Yeah, off a 4-foot fucking bunk bed. Yeah, he hung himself. Kiss my ass. You lying sacks of shit. Go tell that to someone else who might actually believe it. And there's no one around that will. But yet they're going to push the same bullshit that he killed himself. This is no different than the lies and bullshit they pushed about the JFK assassination that were blown out of the fucking water by Trump releasing the JFK documents and declassifying the JFK files. That showed that the narrative was complete freaking horseshit. This is no different. They're going to try to push the same shit that they tried with that, you know, almost 60 years ago. In 2019, almost 2020. And think it's going to fly in the internet age. Epstein didn't kill himself. Yet they want to push it. This is so fucked up. They think that's going to fly. The legacy media actually thinks that they have the sway and power that they do over the people, that they can push bullshit and lies like that and they're going to buy it. This isn't the days of, the regular occurrence of Clinton double tap suicides, okay? And you got them going, oh yeah, suicide, people going, oh, okay. So what if they took 2 to the chest or 2 to the temple? Which I would love to know how you shoot yourself in the temple twice. I mean, when you've got literally half your cranium blown across the wall, how the hell do you shoot yourself a second time? If you've literally shot yourself dead center of your heart, okay, with the gun to your chest, you've just splattered your heart through your, in your chest cavity. Yet you managed to pull the trigger a second time. And people used to buy that shit. But guess what? This isn't those days. So I'm sorry to break it to you, but no one believes that he killed himself. It's so funny that they think they're going to push that. I'm sorry, but it is. They said a principal focus of the FBI's investigation is Maxwell, a longtime associate of Epstein, and other people who facilitated Epstein's allegedly illegal behavior. You mean his ex-girlfriend, the bitch who ran, his stable of fucking underage girls, allegedly? You fuckers, you pieces of shit. Oh my God. Wow, what kind of clout does she have that she's getting this type of protection? Where they're trying to paint her in a completely different situation than what this is with her. I mean, come on now. Oh, she's definitely got the leverage on powerful people. Makes you wonder if she got Epstein's files. All I got to say is it's only a matter of time before she ends up like Epstein and they're going, yep, Ghislaine Maxwell killed herself today, and people are going to be going, yeah, right. And they'll be like, no, she killed herself. Yeah, right. And no one's going to believe that one too. But it's only a matter of time before they off her. Just mark my words on that one. I'm almost positive she's going to end up dead with this shit. Because as the strings keep getting pulled and unraveled, powerful people that have less power, even though they got blackmail material or may have blackmail material, those less powerful people are going to start dropping like flies. Even if there's supposedly a dead man switch. Maxwell has not been accused of criminal wrongdoing. Her lawyers do not respond for requests or comment. Oh no, she's been accused of criminal wrongdoing by victims. I don't mention that. Which is funny, because you've literally had, was it the Prince Andrew one? That chick? That woman, I should say, I'm sorry. The teenager that Andrew diddled, I believe she said that it was Maxwell that hooked that shit up. The FBI is also following up on many leads received from women who contacted a hotline the agency set up at its New York field office in the wake of Epstein's arrest in July, the sources said. One of the sources said the probe remains at an early stage. Yeah, it's at an early stage. Shit's just getting started, and people are going to start dropping like flies. If this actually goes somewhere, that's what's going to start happening. It's going to be like Kevin Spacey's accusers. They're all just going to start dropping like fucking flies. Which is a little too convenient there, too, if you ask me. The sources declined to give further details or identify the people they are looking at apart from Maxwell. However, they said the FBI has no current plans to interview Britain's Prince Andrew, a friend of Epstein's, who stepped down from his public duties in November because of what he calls his ill-judged association with the well-connected money manager. Which is what's funny is they're never trust a news organization or a supposed news organization that uses one little thing from a quote. All right, instead of a full quote. Because this was like creepy Prince Andrew's quote. Like this was part of the creepy quote from one of many creepy quotes from Prince Andrew that didn't make him look good. But they can't say the whole quote because it doesn't make him look good. And this idea, Prince Andrew's not going to be interviewed. Nothing to see here. Oh, no. And the BBC pushes that same shit. Oh, nothing to see here with Prince Andrew. Down here, they say it. Okay. Oh, it was a disruption to the family, but, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you didn't diddle young teenage girls. Bullshit, dude. A spokeswoman for the FBI declined to comment. A representative for the British royal family said that whether the agency interviewed Andrew was a matter for the FBI. Yeah. And I'm sure that they're using all of their political back channels and favors they have and everything else in the House of Windsor saved up to try to make sure that he doesn't get interviewed. Epstein's suicide, alleged suicide. This should be Epstein's alleged suicide in August at age 66, came a little over a month after he was arrested and charged with trafficking dozens of underage girls as young as 14 from at least 2002 to 2005. This is what's fucked up. Epstein's suicide. All this really shady shit going on surrounding it. You've got this ex-cop who's put in with him, who was like an enforcer murderous type who was actually in prison for like murder. You've got him, there the first time supposedly Epstein killed himself, and Epstein's going, I didn't kill myself. Attempted to kill himself, I should say. And he's going, I didn't try to kill myself. That fucker tried to kill me. And then he's somehow hooked into the second time too. I want to... It's like, come on now. It's shady as all hell. Prosecutors said he recruited girls to give him massages, which became sexual in nature. He had a fucking teenage kid fucking trafficking fucking thing going on. What the hell are you talking about? He was a fucking pimp to underage fucking girls. He had pled not guilty. Following Epstein's arrest, the FBI urged anyone who had been victimized by Epstein or had additional information to call the agency's hotline. U.S. Attorney General William Barr vowed to carry on the case against anyone who was complicit with the financier. And that's what scares people. See, they thought that they would kill Epstein and this shit would just go away. But you see, Barr, he's got an opportunity because he doesn't have like a globalist neocon shitbag like a Bush in office that and he's off the leash. Trump has taken him off the leash. Now, do I think Barr is a great person? No, I think he's still kind of a neocon shitbag, but I think at least he's got a conscience. All right. And I at least think that he understands the concept of right and wrong. And he might have went along with shit, just because, you do that to kind of go along and get ahead. But now he's got an opportunity to do something right or do multiple things right. So looks after the fact of this situation. He starts looking into this situation. And they're like, well, shit. Epstein will flip. He's got so much dirt on us. We're fucked. Oh, boom. He, quote unquote, killed himself. Which you're going to see that happen to what's her face there? Ghislaine. You're going to see that happen to her, I'm sure. I'm almost positive. My gut's telling me that she's going to end up in the same type of situation. So you got Barr doing this, and boom, offed. They've expanded the investigation. They're looking in to Ghislaine. Oh, watch. Something's going to happen with her. They're going to try to keep taking out loose ends. It's going to happen. That's how these type of things work. They're trying to plug any holes, as it were, so to speak. Any co-conspirators should not rest easy, he said in August. Yes, and it scares the friggin' shit out of powerful people that he said that. The sources said he had received numerous tips from the hotline, which they are looking into. Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's alleged victims, has said in a civil lawsuit that Maxwell recruited her into Epstein's circle, where she claims Epstein forced her to have sex with him and friends including Andrew. Yeah. They put this down at the end. You gotta love this. They put this down towards the end. Okay, they try to portray her as, oh, she's this perfect, she was just associated with him. She wasn't running girls and shit. She wasn't like recruiting. She wasn't being a madam. Oh no. Maxwell has called Giuffre's allegations lies. Giuffre, in response, filed a defamation suit against Maxwell in 2015. Yeah. Giuffre repeated the claims about the prince in a BBC interview that aired this month. Andrew, 59, also categorically denies the accusations and has said he has no recollection of meeting Guthrie, who was previously named Virginia Roberts. Yeah, but there's a picture of him with his hands all over her. I don't remember her. I don't remember my hands all over her pink bits. Oh no, I don't remember mine. I don't know who she is. My hands were never on her pink bits. I'm sorry, I'm doing a bit of a Cockney thing here. And he's a prince, but... And then boom, the picture. Oh, really? Your hands are on her pink bits. I don't know who she is. You're right there with her. That's not me. Bullshit. I mean, this is the type of shit they actually expect people to believe in this day and age where something can literally travel, okay, from person to person at the speed of light. Because of the internet. Come on now. The two law enforcement sources said that the FBI's principal focuses on people who facilitated Epstein, and that Andrew does not fit into that category. How does he not? He's a very powerful person that probably, through word of mouth or recommendation or something else, hooked Epstein up with other powerful people. That is literally freaking facilitating him. How the hell is that not? If he's hooking him up with underage tail, and he's like, hey, Andrew, you got any powerful rich people that are looking for, pieces of ass like that? Let me know. And if Andrew's referring them, referring his fellow kid diddlers or his teeny bopper diddlers or however you want to look at it, his fellow perverts, that's facilitating Epstein. They should be looking into Andrew, but they're not going to. Which is why they're going, the people who facilitated Epstein. Which, even then, I proved a point that he could still have facilitated Epstein. They did not rule out the possibility that the FBI would seek to interview Andrew at a later date. Well, of course not, because they're waiting to see how much backlash there is from the public. Because if the general public goes, hey, wait one fucking minute. What the hell are you doing? You're not going to interview him? Are you fucking stupid? Then they might go, oh, yeah, all right, we'll interview Andrew. Okay, but they're trying to avoid it because I'm sure, you look at how powerful the House of Windsor is. You don't think that reach extends across the pond, over the other side of the Atlantic, and they don't have powerful people within the U.S. government that owe them favors and shit like that? Bullshit. That they don't have people that are in their pockets. They have people all over the place in their pockets. Rich and powerful people tend to have people in their pockets, especially when they're like royalty. And, it makes sense for them to. You don't think that they're exerting what influence they have to keep Andrew out of the investigation? Bullshit. Look at what they did to kill the story and Project Veritas exposed. They should be interviewing him right now. But they're just waiting to see how much public pressure they'll get. They're hoping that the people won't see what's going on and they can get away with not interviewing him. I don't know how well that's going to fare, though, because I think the people with this situation know that Epstein didn't kill himself, that if Ghislaine ends up dead and they say she killed herself, no one's going to believe it. I believe that, too. And, no one's buying this shit that they're only looking at the fact of we should be looking at who facilitated Epstein. This is a big criminal friggin' conspiracy. Everyone involved should be investigated. And I'm hoping people will go, hey, wait a minute. You should be investigating Andrew and put pressure on the FBI. But anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.